Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. The worst job I've ever had. Part 7.
Looking back on it, I most absolutely did have a crush on this guy. I really almost became obsessed with him, I guess, as creepy as that sounds. I don't know if that's normal. It probably isn't normal. I found that it was so hard in high school, especially, to control those crushes, I'll call it. I found myself crushing on so many different straight guys from time to time, and part of me wanted to be friends with them because I wanted to have friends, but the other part of me was like, this is like what I want from a relationship. Like I would love to be in a relationship with you and I find you very attractive. But of course at the time, like everything was different. I wasn't out of the closet. Obviously, you're not going to seduce a straight guy. I'm not about to try. I know there's people out there that do that, but I don't think that's right. I think honestly, you need to respect anyone's sexuality. So if someone is straight and they say they're straight, then you need to respect that no matter how much of a crush you might have on them. Now, like I said, this was something that I ran into multiple times. So some of you out there might be able to relate with this now or relate with this in the past. Even now, to this day, I still find myself like, damn, like, he's cute, or like,
Ladies and gentlemen, first off, this is a hell of a way to start a podcast. Let me explain. So, basically, long story short, I worked at a place where I'm almost 100% sure that I was getting hit on by a gay guy who is still in the closet, okay, who, as far as I know, is still very, very deep in the closet. To quote Family Guy, he's so deep in the closet, he's looking for Christmas presents. But I have no problems with that. I really don't. Like, if you are a gay guy, if you're straight, if you want to fuck trees, I don't give a shit. Okay, I really don't. Okay, it's 2023. You can do whatever you want. But until this actually happened to me, okay, and this I'm not gonna lie, I think this has happened to me. Now I think about it after this incident. I'm pretty sure this has happened to me a few multiple times here. All the signs were there. I guess I just wanted to, basically, ignore it. I even had a friend one time. I'm pretty sure he was shit-faced, and he tried to kiss me, and I backed off. And long story short, 2 years later, he's now engaged, and he doesn't live in the city anymore. So I can sleep better. The point is, okay, this job was great. There's nothing wrong with the job I was doing, okay? I've been working security for over 15 and a half years, and you have some bad jobs, you have some good jobs, but clearly this young gentleman was definitely looking for another kind of job. But the point is, okay, it's one of the many reasons why what made this job very uncomfortable. So let me explain. Okay, let's start from the beginning here. Okay, so this job was great. Okay, these are the kind of jobs when you work security all these years, putting up with all this shit. Drunk people, people that complain all the time. People that don't pick up after their dog if they take a shit in the lobby. They tell me to pick it up. I tell them to fuck off, and then I lose my job. But in this case, I didn't have to deal with anything like that. This job was awesome. It really was. I was there for a good amount of time, and it was such a good and easy job that I thought to myself, you know what? It's just a matter of time before they realize they don't need me there. There's no need for security at this place. Okay? Now, I love to go into more details about what they did at this place, and like if they made something or if they didn't make something or whatever, neutral bathrooms, because it's just the way it is. I don't have a problem with that. Again, I am 100% straight. Okay, I am 41 years old. Believe me, if I was gay, I'd be Elton John at the Lower Jarvis Street right now. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, it was a really good job. I worked with a ton of great people, and I have no complaints about the people there. Although one of them kind of freaked out on me one shift, and I don't know, I was just making a joke, and then they thought I was laughing at them, and and then I had to deal with this guy here who is who clearly has a lot of things confused in his life. But the point is, little minor things, okay, like that, no big deal. Okay, so what? There was a speck on my diamond, big deal. But eventually they caught on and said, you know what? We don't need you here. It's nothing personal, Sonny. It's strictly business. That's it. I get it. It didn't seem like the company was making a lot of money at the time. I don't know, maybe they have deals overseas or something. But it wasn't a bad job. Literally, ladies and gentlemen, I was there for, a certain amount of time, and I sat at a desk and I had to keep an eye on one monitor that had maybe, let's say, 8, 9 pictures of, the place, make sure everything is okay, keep an eye on the front door, back door. In this case, the other person, I think he was, very confused about the back door. The point is, I'm sorry, these are all cheesy jokes. I'm sorry. I grew up in the 90s. Nowadays these jokes will not land, but fuck it. I don't care. I still say the word midget, but we're going to get into that in another podcast. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, it was a great job. It really was, and it was sad that eventually it ended. And my whole plan was actually to do a whole roast on every single person that worked there. And it was going to be a nice little roast. It was going to be just, very simple, pick at, people's little habits and all that. It was going to all be in good fun, good little stories, whatever. But you know what? I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that because, one, I actually like the people, and two, I'm going to spend more time on other things, including dealing with a problem like this. Now, as you can tell, I clearly had a young gentleman hitting on me, okay? And it's one of these situations where it's basically like, like everybody there is like the late night audience, and this guy is James Corbin, okay? I'll say allegedly because I don't know if this fucker will sue me in the future. I don't think he has a show anymore, thank God. But the point is, I don't know, they should have went with Chelsea Handler. I don't know, I always liked her. But the point is, it's like his whole vibe is very James Corbinish. And what I mean by that is, I gotta say allegedly again, but the guy's gay. I mean, let's just be honest. The guy, I've seen clips online there, and a lot of people say, oh, he's British, that's why. I'm like, listen, I've never seen Idris Elba act anything like him, like nothing. Okay, so it's clear that, the guy is a closeted homosexual, and that seems to be the trend. I'll probably get some shit for saying this, but that seems to be the trend, like, in these last couple of years, okay? Like, before, and again, I'm not making fun of gays or nothing like that. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever you want to do, go for it. I don't give a shit, okay? I care about rent and, food prices. Holy fuck. As a fat man and candy, forget it. Everything's just fucking going up. But the point is, however you want to live your life is fine, but if you live it like, in the whole closet thing, whatever, yeah, you're going to have a tough time at it. And I get it. It's not an easy thing to do, but in this day and age, it's way more easier than it has been before. I'll give you an example. So you got Ellen DeGeneres, right? Okay, in the 90s, she came out as gay on her TV show there. She's on the cover of Time magazine. Now you got a guy like Lil Nas X, has one of the biggest singles of all time. And then he makes a cover, whatever, and people were supposed to pick up on that he was gay. Then he said he was gay, and then people were like, all right, what's your next song? That's it. So, like, nobody cares. Back in the day, you could, you had to stay in the closet that you were gay. Then you slowly come out, and then you could say you were gay, and then, the whole metrosexual thing, I don't know, that still confuses me. And then, and now the trend is basically that you're gay. It's pretty clear you're gay. And you're not saying you're gay, and I'm going to tell you a whole bunch of proofs here that this person is gay. I mean, yeah, allegedly. But the point is, it's not easy to deal with. It really isn't. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And I realize now that, like, I'm not saying I was ever, this guy, whatever, but let's say if there's a, really beautiful woman at work and she's constantly being hit on, it's fucking annoying. So now I know exactly what all you women go through. I get it. Okay? Now, this was one of the many problems, that I had at work. Like, for example, I had to decide like how to, sit down at the desk, what TV to watch, free Wi-Fi, that's always good. What snack that they provided for me, I had to go through and, and the pay, oh my God, the pay, you wouldn't believe it. I still don't believe it. But the point is, again, I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I'm just fucking around. The job was fucking easy. That's my point. And a lot of times when you work security jobs, yeah, it's just basically stalling time for a certain amount of hours. That's all it is. It's insurance. Like in case shit happens, that's it. That's security. I tell people all the time, okay, it's no secret. If you don't like working and getting a certain, decent amount of money, security is for you. Trust me, you go online, you will find a good job, But at the same time, I dealt with some great people there and they made it that much more enjoyable. I'd always bring in snacks for people, food, whatever. I didn't mind that. I mean, that's my little extra I like to do. Like, even if I work at a condominium, I'll put out like a bowl of candy or something. Just whatever. I'm not trying to suck up or whatever. It's just, I don't know. I think it's a nice little gesture. That's all. But at the same time, too, like I'll work at certain places. They make food for me. They'll provide food for me. I've worked at condos where like people will bring down plates of food, and I'll just leave it there like a fucking prisoner, and like they wash the shit for me. It's fucking great, so I have no reason to complain whatsoever. But at the same time, like going back to the whole hot chick getting hit on all the fucking time, like this is what I had to deal with from this guy. And this was basically the only problem I really had to deal with. I mean, I worked with some really good people, funny people. They come up to me, tell me stories, I'll tell them stories, like it was a very good vibe. But ladies and gentlemen, you work at a certain place and it could be the best job in the world. And you still have that one Malaka, or in this case, Puzo, that, basically ruins it. Alleged Puzo, gotta say that. Don't want to get sued. And, it ruins the whole vibe, for everybody. It's not good. It really isn't good. I mean, like at times, I'll be honest with you. I mean, the guy was a little, light in the loafers, whatever. But at the same time, he gave a very, like you think like Chris Hansen, like was gonna walk in any minute and just like maybe bust this guy.
I'm Chris Hansen. No, you're not. Is it? No, you're not. Is it?
I'm telling you, like, if you ever see these clips, I mean, they're fucking freaky. But I'm telling you, like, one of these days, we might allegedly see this guy on there, trying to, hey, don't arrest me, it's the cops. Yeah, can I finish my pizza? Whatever. Oh shit, how creepy was that guy? The point is, okay, it only takes one bad apple to ruin the bunch, okay? Or and it is ironic that I'm using fruit as an example. I missed an opportunity to make a banana joke, but the point is, okay, again, I was born in 82, don't judge me, okay, I don't know any better. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, this person would just ruin the whole vibe for everybody, he just like sucked the life out of everybody there, and like even the way like he walked, pissed me off, like, like he would walk like, kind of like an army march or something, like, like he was kind of like learning to walk for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, remember Molly Shannon on Seinfeld there? Like, she didn't like really swing her arms, but then she started swinging her arms and it looked even weirder. It was kind of like that vibe, like, we make holes in teeth. We make holes in teeth. Ooga. The point is, it drove me nuts. And like every time I would see this guy like approaching the desk, I know he's gonna bug me with some fucking shit. And, you know, it was just so fucking annoying. Like, he would just ramble on and, you know, and like one creepy thing, like he really, he probably did this a lot, but this is the first time he kind of like, not so much admitted it, but he kind of just like, you know, like acknowledged it. Like I'm sitting at the desk, right? And they have a break room or like a break area, let's say, I don't know, like 100, 125 feet away, right? Whatever, right? I mean, I didn't have a measuring tape. And, you know, I would send voice notes to people on the phone because, again, I would have to just kill like all this time. You know, I mean, you only stare at a monitor for so fucking long. And, you know, I would, you know, talk and send messages, whatever. And this fucking guy, like from like 100 and whatever feet away, he would fucking listen in. And I know he would because like he would come back and like he would go, oh, you know, like I overheard you talking about the thing. I'm like, dickhead, like even if you overhear me, don't acknowledge, I mean, don't like listen in to other people's conversations. Like it is fucking creepy, man. Creepy fucking vibe. Fucking, you know, the fucking Jeffrey Dahmer without the glasses shit. I mean, you know, like it's just, it's really fucking creepy. By the way, I you know, stay away from the chicken sandwich. But, you know, you know, and like other people complain about this too. Like he would kind of invade other people's space, and like I would see like the way that people were set up there. Everyone's talking, having a good time, and you know he'd be the dickhead that would say something weird and kind of just step in. And like, you ever have a conversation with someone at work? You know, it's just two or three of you, and then like the one annoying fuck will just swoop in like a fucking, you know, like a gay hawk, and just, you know, really allegedly, and just, you know, just ruin the whole vibe, say something weird, and you know, but it was just so fucking creepy, so creepy. But we did our best to try to, you know, put up with this, you know, agita of shit, you know, a storm that was this fucking, you know, guy, and you know. And like at one night, like we even all went out, you know, as you know, like a workplace kind of party after work, whatever. We went to this club bar. It was really nice, you know. It was a good time. It really was. But even like before the things are happening, I mean, this guy's like, you know, he's like, oh, what am I gonna wear, you know, and. Like he, at one point, he puts on like a scarf that is like, if you ever see the picture of Lenny Kravitz wearing a scarf, like it is, it's fucking huge. And, you know, like, is he compensating for something that, you know, like he wants long around his neck? I don't know, allegedly. But, you know, it's just weird. And like he's telling all of us he's spending $300, $400, $500 on like cologne, and you know, I'm sure straight men do that all the time. But the point is, you know, it's just really like just disturbing how he can't just pick up on hints. And we're like, you know what, we'll give this guy a benefit of the doubt. We'll try to deal with him, whatever. So then we're at the you know, bar club, you know, having a good time there, whatever. And of course, surprise, surprise, who the fuck do you think ruins it? Okay, so first off, this guy does not know how to read a room here. Okay, so he basically, you know, wants to MC, you know, the whole night, you know, like his, you know, they take us into a room there, whatever. And, you know, I mean, now I think about it, I mean, I think he was the one that arranged it, and I don't know, he wanted all of us in a dark room, and, oh shit, okay, all right, we definitely should have read the signs on this one. But the point is, like, he wanted to MC it, and nobody was listening to him because, yeah, nobody cares about him. And, you know, it's just, it's very, you know, very douchey the way he's telling jokes. And I even made a joke one time that, you know, he's like an unfunny Dane Cook, you know, which really gives you an idea how unfunny he is. And again, I don't mean to shit on Dane Cook or nothing, but I mean, come on, you know, you know, come on. I do feel bad that his brother stole from him. I'm not gonna lie, but you don't hire family, man. Fuck, I mean, Jesus. But regardless, you know, and this guy is just getting fucking shit-faced, okay? I mean, you know, I'm sure it was because, you know, it was like fucking 30 degrees in there, and he had to fucking wear, you know, like a bath mat scarf there. And, you know, a guy's probably sweating his ass off. And then at one point, like, he leaves, and he comes back into the room. He's just stumbling in there. Like, in his hands, he's holding, like, about 4 or 5 Red Bulls. You know, I'm like, bro, like, the last thing you need is more fucking energy. And, I don't know, judging by the shit on your nose allegedly. The point is, he's coming there. He's like trying to offer me another shot. I'm like, like I'm gonna wake up in a tub full of ice with my liver gone. If I take that, and he's spilling it all over me in the place, and it's getting to a point where slowly people are, leaving. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, okay, now it's my turn to escape. Now it's my turn to escape. Now it's my turn to go. And then at one point, it's just like about, we're like the last like 4 or 5, whatever. And, he is just sitting there like, if you ever see that drunk at the end of the night, just sprawled all over the, $150 pleather couch, just almost ready to fall asleep. And, he's like, you guys go, I'm going to just get drunk and, because we still got, like a bottle and a half left. I'm like, how the fuck do we have like a bottle and a half left? Between like, I don't know, 15 people or whatever the fuck, and I like, he didn't anticipate, because he said, oh, I'll put it all on my credit cards. You guys can pay me later, which ended up being a huge fucking pain in the ass later. I'm going to get to that in a bit. And he's just there, fucking dealing with his demons. And, we're just like, fuck it, we're going to go. So we left him there, listen, I'm not gonna lie. There was a small part of me at the time, okay, not anymore, but a small part of me at the time, yeah, I think we all felt a little bad leaving him there, but, like, what the fuck, man? I mean, I don't know, like, I hate that person that becomes the babysitter, or like you become the babysitter, and you gotta look after the people when they get drunk, These are people that just fucking fall asleep on the sidewalk or street, it's fucking sad. Like, it really is. And, and then like over the weekend or whatever, he starts messaging people, okay, I want my money, da da da. And then at one point he's just making up like prices for the bottles, and like he said there was the bottles were a certain amount of money. Then I don't know if he jacked up the price or he misread it when he was in his fucking little wet dream there. And, I'm like, listen, there's no way, like, it came to this much, because you're tallying it up there, whatever, and you're like, this is, like, well over, like, 200, 250 a bottle, whatever, and, I'm just like, whatever, I'll pay him back, and then afterwards I found out, like, how much other people paid, and I'm like, bro, you gotta give me back a little bit of money. I don't mean to be cheap or nothing, but this is bullshit. Like, I'm not paying more than I have to. So, and he's complaining about this one person specifically that is not giving him the money, and it turns out that this person like did give him back the money, and then he's like, well, he's like, well, I was nice enough to put it on my bill, and it's not about the money. I'm like, shut up. That's why you're like bugging people and shit. And at the same time, he did this like on some kind of app or whatever, right? Like, this is why I fucking hate apps. I mean, like, there's just no, I mean, I like certain apps, don't get me wrong. But come on, man. Like, like I had a feeling he was going to pull this shit too. And it was kind of like a worst case scenario with him. And you know what this fucking guy does? Like, keep in mind, we're not at work at the time when we're doing this, but he complains to the people at work that someone didn't pay him when they're not at work. Like, how fucking crazy that sounds? I mean, that is just fucking insane, so you could tell like he had this plan the whole time. Like, maybe he wanted to like get this person back or something, I don't know, who knows what was going on in this like sick fuck's mind, but like, it was just insane. Like, I mean, like why would you do that? Like, why the fuck would you do that? And I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, this guy's a fucking psycho. Not only does he have like, he's like listening in the people's conversations and just going on and on and on about, his life, and he's just rambling. And that's another thing too. Like, I made the, I pointed out there that, he kind of looks like he might have the sniffles, allegedly. And, it's, like, that's not like apparently he has like some kind of disease or whatever. Like, he does have something wrong with him that kind of, it just makes him a little off. I mean, I don't want to get into that. I mean, you can do your own research, whatever. But yeah, I'm sure you will. But anyways, I'm just like, you know what, but I had a feeling that like he's doing that little extra because at one point, like I go to the bathroom and I'm just, taking a piss and, it's going great. Thanks for asking. And, and then all of a sudden I hear like the door open, the door going to the bathroom open, and then I hear it close. So I'm like, okay, it's almost like someone checked in to, see what was going on. And I'm like, well, I'm security, so it's not me. And then like, as soon as I leave the bathroom, he like goes right in there. It doesn't even like acknowledge me, goes right in there. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, why the fuck does this guy have so much energy? And at the same time, he wants to be alone in the bathroom. So I don't know for sure. I didn't actually see him do it, but at the same time, like it's just, I mean, considering that the condition he has that, makes him all, I don't know, like, already, but on top of that, like he may or may not be like doing this shit, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on here? So I mean, like again, you work at certain places and you're like you just want things to run smoothly. That's it. But there's always this one person that fucks it up for everybody. So again, like going back to this guy like complaining, about not getting his money to, the people, which is, I mean, that's beyond snitching. I mean, it's like, why are you involving work in something that had nothing to do with it? It's just a pain in the ass for everybody. I mean, you're ruining like everything. I mean, we had a great time, or at least we did, once we left. But, I don't know why you would do that. So, the one person left a message like talking about it, talking about this, dickhead who fucked everything up here. And, he says, I don't think he'll mind me sharing this, but, he says, I was assaulted by an employee at a karaoke event, and you guys did absolutely nothing to take care of the blank situation. I did report it, and later on got written up for something that wasn't my fault. It's clearly the company favors a certain domination. You might hear from my lawyer if I decide to take legal action, because that was straight BS. Listen, man, if you need someone to back you up on how fucked up this guy is, I'm right there with you, buddy. So there you go. I mean, but yeah, this person had every right to complain about this. Like I don't know why this person is complaining to work and fucking bitching about his problems and saying, oh, this person, allegedly owes me money and da 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 da. And keep in mind too, like the next day, like this guy, like, I mean, remember in Sopranos where, the guy got caught, at the gay strip club there, and like he's calling Sil, and he's, he's kind of fishing. And I again, like I said before, I've experienced this with gay men, okay, where I think, I don't know, you know what it is? I think gay men see me as like kind of a Jerry Seinfeld, okay, kind of thing. Like we're in that one episode of Seinfeld where he goes, oh, a lot of people think I'm gay because like I live on my own. I'm clean and I'm single. That's it. And I'm neat. So that's it. I mean, and yeah, if you come into my place, it is. I mean, like don't look under my couch or my bed. I mean, there's I think Jimmy Hoffa is under one of them. But the point is, my place is pretty clean. But I take pride in that. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, he starts like kind of fishing. Like he messaged me again at like 4 a.m. Okay. And he's telling me all this shit about the guy. Oh, he's not giving me money. I'm like, bro, like, why are you messaging me? You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I guess out of everyone there, I guess I might be the person that says a few more words to him. And that's another problem with being in security, ladies and gentlemen. Like, a lot of people don't realize this is that there's been situations where I've literally had to speak to a person, because I'm behind the desk, behind the wall, or whatever. And I become the therapist. Okay, I once spoke to a person for 2 hours straight. Okay, there's no reason why I shouldn't have made an extra $300, $150 for each hour, maybe even more with inflation. But yeah, like, and I think it's a psychological thing. They know that you can't move from the desk. You know what I mean? It's not like you can say, well, I got to go back to work. I mean, that is your work. You're there, sitting there, and that's it. So I think he knew that, and he would just always bitch to me about his problems. And, again, like he would just like go off and, like he's telling me all this. I'm like, dude, like, why? Like, I don't care. I'm not a lawyer. You got to deal with this shit yourself. And then he becomes all apologetic. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I should have done this. I'll never bother you again. Blah, 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 blah. Now, he said he was never going to bother me again, which ended up being complete bullshit. But, yeah, again, just dealing with this guy, it was just fucking crazy. And like for a while, like, we tried to deal with him the best we can. And like, one of the people there had a party, and, I am too nice of a guy. I'm telling you, I don't get paid enough for this shit, but, I don't know, maybe he fucked up. We were like, okay, maybe, he gets drunk or he's got a problem, whatever, with drugs, allegedly. And, I don't know. Maybe he's just working shit out. Maybe he's having a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad year. Who the fuck knows with this guy? Who knows? All I know is James Corbin is not funny. But the point is, the one guy wanted to have a party there. I'm like, okay, have a party. Go nuts, And he's kind of like, should you invite this guy? I'm like, bro, I don't know, man. I mean, if you want, I'll talk to him, because he's fucking at my desk every like hour, bitching to me about something else. And I told him straight up. I said, listen, like if something happens or whatever, stop fucking up with people. Stop. I tell people straight. I don't care. I mean, if one of them were, report me, fuck them. I don't care. I'm old school. Okay. I say what's on my mind. Okay. I told him, like, don't fuck up, He didn't end up coming to the party, but then he ended up coming to the next one or whatever. And I was doing my best not to engage in conversation with this guy. And I did notice at one point, the one guy he wanted the money from, he was talking to him for quite some time. And I was assuming that they were cool. And then he told me later that I was just trying to be nice. And he's doing the same thing I am. We're just all trying to be nice to this guy and just give him the benefit of a doubt. But ladies and gentlemen, there are certain people that they just don't deserve the benefit of a doubt. Like, they don't get it. I mean, clearly they keep fucking up over and over and over again. And at one point, like, he just told me, he said, oh, it's so hard for me to make friends. I'm like, yeah, really? Yeah, it's so hard for me to grow hair, but you don't hear me fucking bitching. Anyways, yeah, so then, whatever, he's, being the whole fucking next few months and whatever, and we're trying to just avoid conversation with this guy because it's just, I don't know, we don't want him to pull a Columbine, and, it just, like, whatever. So, and sometimes he'll just send me like a random like text, Oh God, that was holy fuck, that was a mistake giving him my number. But, again, I wanted to be neutral with everyone. I wanted to have a party in the future, and to me, I'm just old school. I don't do the whole Facebook thing or whatever stupid apps he's on. I can't do it. I mean, fucking $100, or hundreds of dollars on cologne. Holy fuck. Oh Jesus. But anyways, yeah. So I'm just like, okay, let's all just calm down here. Let's just try to deal with him the best we can here. Whatever. Take it easy. But again, he's sending me all these like random like videos and shit. I'm just ignoring him, whatever. And it's pretty insane. So, and then at one point, like during this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you. I was told, I'm not going to say who, but I was told that, yeah, you're going to get fired in the future. And, they don't know when it's going to happen, but you will get fired. Yeah, who knows? So on top of, dealing with, dickhead here, I got to deal with this as well, this hanging over my head. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then, eventually it happens. I get let go. I didn't even come into work that day. They just did it over the phone, because they, wanted to save, I don't know, $60. And, everything was good. A lot of people knew where I was going. They already, say their goodbyes, whatever. They were very nice. Like I said, great bunch of people there. Honestly, one of the best places I've ever worked. Like people-wise, it's great. And I feel very blessed for that, especially when you work in security, because I've worked with a lot of dickheads, guys that just literally bump into people and just are just itching for fights. And I mean, these are the people. This is why you got to stay like 4 a.m. at a club or bar, because you got to talk to the cops after and just say, yeah, I just met him tonight, and he's stupid. I don't know what to tell you. So it was great working with everybody there. But just after I left, I forgot this. This Vlaka still has my number, and he just randomly starts sending me all these pics. Now, obviously, this is an audio podcast, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to do my best to describe what Ted Bundy here sent me. So the first pic he sends me, and I'm pretty sure this is a nail in the coffin about the whole, gay thing, allegedly. He sends me a picture of, and it appears to be, it's either a younger picture of him, like at least from maybe 5-10 years ago, either that or he went on a hunger strike, and he's holding, a rainbow flag. Okay, and keep in mind, he's not wearing a top. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that again, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're, very confused. Not wearing a top, holding a gay flag, and also giving one of those, kind of glimpses, whatever. Remember on Family Guy where they said where he was driving the plane and he said, look for the button of the gay guy. It looks like a gay guy, like looking at you, like eye slanty over the bar. I know it was a random reference, but whatever. The point is, yeah. So that's and that's just the first picture, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so next picture is a picture of a cat, white and black cat. Which I don't know, to me is ironic because the person, let's just say, he got into, dispute there with the money about the one person there. And I think he feels differently about the black part. Anyways, and then he sends me another picture of, get ready for this one. It's a carpet. And then it has a picture on top of the carpet and what appears to be some kind of paddle, and on the paddle there's a cup of coffee steaming and an alligator. Okay, welcome to my world, guys. Okay, so then he sends me another picture of two dudes. It's not what you think. Although it is funny, it looks like one guy is eating a turkey and the other guy is serving the turkey. And then the next picture is just a black hat, yellow eyes. The next picture is just a random guy, seems to be an older gentleman, leaning against some kind of subway that is clearly not in Toronto because it looks way cleaner than it should be. The same guy, now he's wearing some kind of plaid, suit, shades on his head, smoking a cigar. Symbolizes something. You be the judge. Then he sends me another picture of another guy, different. He's actually with a cute chick here. Okay. And then, I know he's got pictures of women. Who would have thought, right? And then, I guess you don't know. I got to tell you. You should know at this point what's going on here. But then he sends me a picture. It looks like anime or something, I don't know. Then another picture of the same guy with shades on a plane. And then, here's a great one. So he sends me, I used to go to your grandma's house and they had that fur, on top of the toilet lid. I mean, nobody really does that anymore. I mean, there's no point. But ladies and gentlemen, this, this looks like the grimiest toilet you've ever seen in your life. Like, remember that secret door in Desperado when he goes in there? I mean, it's not as bad as that, but it's pretty close. Like inside the toilet bowl, it's all black. Again, why is he sending me this? Who the fuck knows? Then he sends me a picture of some brown shoes. Again, the irony of him liking things that are brown. Anyways, then he sends me pictures of what seems to be some Game Boy screenshots of some game. I don't know. And then I text him. I go, why? Why are you sending me this? And then later on, like I sent it that in the afternoon, and then later on that night, almost 7 hours later, he goes, "Who is this?" Question mark. And I sent him like a confused face, whatever, like, are you serious? Why are you doing this? And then he texts me back, "I'm black." I go, "Excuse me? It's really hard for me to talk about." I go, "Are you drunk?" He goes, "No, I'm black." And I go, "Are you on something?" Then he sends me a picture of what seems to be that same era of the whole topless photo. He's got a shirt on this time, so, lucky me. And then he is just petting an orange cat. He's behind a Christmas tree. Keep in mind, all these pictures were sent in the summer. And then he says, "When was the last time you went number 2? Wow. And then he sends me a name, Sleeman Gura, which I have no idea what that means. And I go, "Why aren't you answering my questions?" And I go, "Well, let me put it to you like this. If you don't start answering my questions," because I'm really wondering to myself here. I mean, like, why the fuck is he saying me this? Like, I haven't heard from this guy in whatever, God knows how long. I mean, last time or before, he was like sending me all these like random, he sent me a couple of pictures of like him at a wedding, and like he was with, oh my God, like he was with this really like extremely thin woman. I mean, she basically looked like, I hate to say this, I hope I'm wrong, but she basically looked like, like a crack whore. I mean, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? I mean, I don't know, like, why are you sending me this? And I remember I even asked him, I'm like, "Dude, are you gay?" Like I'm not gay, I'm not interested, like whatever. And then he's like, "Well, that all depends on gay." And then I'm like, "Bro, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like is this, like, does this make you happy? Are you, like clearly your parents, failed, and you're taking it out on me or God only knows how many other people, and it's just like, what the fuck, and I'm like, I basically just tell him, like, if you keep sending me all this shit, like, I'm gonna have to report this to the company, and you can tell, like, he planned all this, because I'm not with the company anymore, and he thinks I'm not gonna complain. And I ended up doing it, because I mean, this guy, like, he seems like a real dangerous dude, like, honestly, like, he really does. And and then I send him that, and then he goes, "Simmer down." And at this point, I'm ready to just lose my shit, like, honestly. I go, "Excuse me," and I go, I don't know who you think you're talking to, like, who you are, whatever, but like, I don't have any. I just don't have time for this shit. I mean, this is like fucking insane. So, and he goes, like, "What are you so upset about?" After all that shit, I'm like, like, what I mean, this guy's like fucking gone. So I go, "Okay, fine. Have it your way. I'm going to contact the company, and he goes, "I can't tell if you're trolling or not, And I'm like, "Dude, I'm serious. I'm going to tell I just can't do this. This is like crazy." So, and then, like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's in his own little, like, I think some people, it's like Junior Soprano said on the Sopranos there, he said, like, some people are so behind on the race, they actually think they're winning, and this guy is just, I don't know, maybe he's got bad social skills or something. He just doesn't get it, It's just it is really sad. I mean, like, I'm pissed off that he's just doing all this shit to me, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, this guy's really fucked. And that's another reason why I'm going to just tell the company, and I told basically the company, like, look, he's doing all this shit, like, be aware, and again, that's kind of, I'm not trying to build myself up or whatever, but I mean, that's your job as security. You got to make sure everything's secure. Like, even if you don't work for the company, if you got a bad vibe, I mean, someone's got a bad vibe, you got to tell them, you got to tell the company, whatever. So that's just me. But yeah, I told the company, and there you go. And then he said, "I guess it's cool for you to mess with me, but I can't do the same. Good luck, dude." Again, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I mean, like, we talked a few times at work, and Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I did make fun of him because of the scarf, but again, we're just breaking balls. You know what I mean? Like it looked fucking stupid. I mean, I don't know. Like, believe me, I was not the only one that made fun of the fucking scarf. But anyways, just holy fuck. And then he said, we can just leave it here if you're genuinely upset. I'll leave you alone, man. Sorry I annoyed you. Okay, so, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to respond. You're good. Complaining to the company, da-da-da. That's it. So then literally a week later, okay, this guy fucking sends me the fucking dictionary. I mean, get what he sends me. Check this out. Hey, man, I guess I'm already crossing a line after you told me not to contact you anymore. But I feel like I never did properly apologize to you. So here goes. You and I always had a sense of humor that revolved a lot on sarcasm and absurdity. And I'd like to think we had fun with it most of the time. Over our time at, the place. The difference is that your jokes always seem to land with nearly everyone, and while I assume people some of the time, I acknowledge that a lot of the time I rub people the wrong way. Bro, first of all, there's more. Second, I mean, this guy is fucking delusional, man. Holy cow. I mean, we have very little interaction at work. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, there were times like, I was so close to the window. Like every time the guy fucking talks, I just want to jump out of there. But yeah, I mean, like he has it in his head, like, this is really fucked. But there's more. Great. So I was generally just messing with you for fun when I sent those cat pictures and stupid texts. But you clearly weren't in the mood, and I should have read the room a lot sooner. I actually wasn't drunk, to be honest. I was at the hospital again. Okay, so he says like what his condition is or whatever. I mean, that's up to you to figure out. But I mean, no offense, but you could have a fucking, like axe in your head. There's no reason to send people shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fucked up. Hospitals are boring, and I'd spitball with you a bit, but testing your limits after you'd just been canned was clearly dumb. Yeah, way to read the room, dickhead. When all's said and done, I always liked you. Yeah, what a shocker. Your snacks and little notes and whatnot were a big perk of our job, and the place really is less without you. All right, so let me explain that, because, I would leave, like I said, I would leave snacks there. I would leave like funny things. Like one time I left a thing of cashews, I mean, how delicious are cashews? How can you, I got a good deal on them. So, I just left a note like saying like, technically like a cashew is a fruit. So I guess, I don't know. I guess when he saw that note, the whole fruit thing, I don't know. I guess it all poured out, but, again, a very, Jesus Christ. I mean, he is, as the guy in Ace Ventura said, the engine's running, but no one's behind the wheel. There's a good stick shift joke there. I was going to say it, but forget it. No, don't worry about it. The point is, there's more. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so I already apologized for annoying you, but more importantly, I apologize if I ended our friendship. And this guy's acting like we've known each other for like fucking 10 years or something. Like we built up this crazy thing. I never saw this guy like outside of work except for that one time there, and then I don't know, when the one guy had some parties there, or I think he just showed up at one of them, like I said, and that's it, man. I don't know. And that's another thing too. Like I'm convinced this guy's a drug problem, allegedly, because at one point, like he, like left with me, like at work when I left, and the guy was just going up the street there, whatever. It was just a minute walk, thank God. And but he was just like he was like the fucking Micro Machines guy, blah, 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 eat so separately. Like he was going a mile a fucking minute. The guy was definitely coked out, allegedly. And, it's like, it was fucking annoying, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I can't stand people that do fucking coke. I've never done coke in my life. It is just, to me, it's the asshole drug. I've told people I can't, see you anymore, and broken up friendships because of it. And I just can't do it, man. It's too much. I mean, like, if you don't do coke, don't hang around people that do coke. It is just a whole fucking different world. Check out that podcast. There's a good story in there. Anyways. Oh, last paragraph. Thank God. Okay. If I don't hear back from you, or you tell me to fuck off, you have my word that you'll never hear from me again. And thank God Almighty, I haven't. And the work never got back to me saying, if they talked to him, then I talked to someone there. They said that they did talk to him, and he was warned never to contact me again. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's it. I mean, that is, God, I hope that's it. But yeah, like, honestly, this job was like absolutely perfect. Okay, I got fired, whatever. But, it's nothing I did, so it's all good there. But it's just amazing, like, how one person can ruin it for everybody. And the most insulting thing is that, like, okay, I get you don't need security there, but this guy is still working there, with this mentality and like all the trouble he's caused. And I don't know, apparently he takes off a lot of vacation too. And I don't know, maybe it's because of his injury or whatever, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, like it is really insulting, for a guy like me, because I don't get why. Well, I mean, okay, the insecurity, I get that, but like, I'm not there, but he's still there. Like, it's crazy. It really is crazy. So, I'm sure everyone out there has dealt with a similar problem where, you work somewhere and there's just people you can't stand, but it was just that one person that just pisses off everybody. Even to this day, I hear stories about this guy still pissing off people, driving him nuts. Like, it's just, it's annoying as fuck. Like, he talks too much. He never shuts the fuck up. He's just rambling on about his fucking problems and this and that. And he's trying to join the conversation, and, nobody wants him to join the conversation. And he tries to kiss ass to the bosses there, and if they see right through it, then, it's just, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. Thank God I don't work there. Yeah, maybe I don't know. It just, maybe it was a blessing, maybe God was like, you know what? You don't have to put up with this guy anymore, and that's it, so who knows? But anyways, I just want to make this podcast and just tell everyone there that I love them. You guys are awesome, but I am extremely sorry that you got to put up with this Malaka. It's not my fault, ladies and gentlemen. I tried, I really did. I told management, this guy is not suitable to, work there for many reasons, and they didn't listen. So I did my best, it is what it is. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah, that's the only reason really I didn't like this job. But there is one more reason. And like I said before, it sucks to get fired from any job. We all know that. I mean, most of us, I think we've been there, and it's not a good feeling. But what's even a worse feeling is that, you get told that you're going to be fired, and you have no idea when it's coming. And every time I would go up those stairs, I'd be like, is this the last time? Am I going to, get comfortable, then get fired? And then, or maybe I'll get fired during the shift, or an hour in, or maybe at the end of the shift. And, and I had to deal with that for quite some time, and it absolutely sucks. And nobody should ever have to go through that. It's a horrible feeling. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I say that this was the worst job I've ever had. Part 7.
And it's so weird because I had a dream last night that I got fired 4.5 weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is so strange.
It's extremely strange. But you have like a really good staff of people, you know, like I know they're all younger people and just working, you know, hard at their jobs and all that. And, you know, please recognize that, you know what I mean? So, you know, because, because we're going to security for 15.5 years. Trust me, like a good environment makes the difference. So, you know, like if my vote counts for anything, I mean, you got a really good staff there. So.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Michael. I will send you that email before the end of the day. I do have to let you go, but we are wishing you all the best.
Oh, great. Every time we say goodbye, I cry a little. All right.
Thank you so much, Michael.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Bye.